Today we're going to be focusing on hips and a bit of a heart opener and back bend. So it's quite a little bit of a strong class, not too bad, but there are some movements that you might find a bit challenging. If you do, please just take the lighter option and just move with awareness. So if you feel any pain or it's uncomfortable for any reason, it's just a sign that you need to pull back. So we're just going to start with a little bit of breath work. So if you'd all like to be seated on the mat and just softly close your eyes and just get a little comfy. Feel the sides of the feet pressing into the mat, the sit bones pressing into the mat. Take a little length out through your spine. You can rest your hands on your knees or in your lap. And just bring that awareness inward. Just acknowledging that you've stepped onto the mat and you're going to take the next little while just for you. Maybe taking a scan through the body, just noticing if you're holding any tension or tightness. Maybe checking in with your mind and just seeing where it's at. Sometimes when we do a little breath work, the mind tries to fight on us trying to control it. So if it does, just gently draw it back to what you're doing. Bring that awareness onto the breath now. Starting to watch the inhale and the exhale. As you inhale, the cool air moves down into the lungs. Just notice with the exhale how it's a little bit warmer. Just observing the breath as it flows in and out of the body. Not trying to control it too much just yet. Now with your next inhale, starting to make it a little longer, a little deeper, breathing all the way into the bottom of the lungs. And with that exhale, let it be long, slow and relaxed. Inhaling, drawing that fresh air all the way down into the body. Lengthening out that exhale, feeling the body relax with that breath outward. Inhaling, bring the air into the belly, take it up a little higher now into the chest. And then as you exhale, for the chest full, as the breath leaves the body and that belly draws back in slightly. Inhaling, breathing all the way down into the belly, take the breath up into the ribs, into the chest. And then exhale from the chest, the ribs, the belly. Inhaling to the belly, all the way up through the ribs, draw it into the chest. Let the breath fall out from the chest, the ribs, contracting the belly with the exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Just taking 3 complete yoga breaths here in your own time, finding that pace that works for you. And after your next exhalation, you can open your eyes. And we'll just start by warming up the neck a little bit. So most of us have probably spent a little bit of extra time on our phones or in front of the screen lately. So we're just going to give that neck a little bit of movement. So take a nice deep inhale And then with the exhale, take the head over towards the left. So just let that left ear fall down to that left shoulder. If you like, you can extend out through the right arm. Just let the fingertips touch the ground. And to intensify, you can place the hand on the side of the head just to draw that head down a little deeper. You might have to draw your neck, your chin in towards your chest or away. Just find that really nice tight spot and take a breath into it. And with the exhale, just bringing the hand to the other side of the head, just assist to bring yourself back to center. Inhaling, and then exhaling, bringing the head over to the right now. Lengthening out through the left arm. Finding that tight spot in your neck. And then using the right hand just to add a bit of intensity. Breathe into that area, create space. Relaxing that hand down, bringing that head back to center with the inhale. Taking a breath here. And taking a nice deep inhale. This time as you exhale, drawing the head down towards the chest. So keep a little length up through the spine. If you like, you can interlace the fingers just behind the head, add a little bit of pressure. And feel this lengthening down the back of your neck all the way into the upper back. Breathing. Releasing the hands with the exhale. And then inhale, bring that head back up and take it all the way to the ceiling, lifting the gaze. Lengthening out through the front of the neck. And then you can extend the chin towards the ceiling, getting nice long length into that area. Maybe helping to smooth out the wrinkles or prevent them, either way. Inhale back to center. Exhaling over to the left, take that head over the left shoulder. Take a breath in here, and then as you exhale, really look into the corner of the eye, trying to look into the peripherals all the way around as far as you can. Take a breath in, and with the exhale, relaxing that gaze. Inhaling, head back to center. And then exhaling over to the right now. Looking as far over that shoulder as you can. Taking a breath in. Looking really far into the corner of the eye, all the way around, seeing as far as you can. And then with the exhale, relaxing the eyes. Draw that head back to center. Inhale. All right, the neck should be feeling a little bit nice and loose now. So we're going to get into a bit of movement. Interlace the fingers, inhale, reaching up out of the arms. Then as you exhale, lower the hands, interlace them behind your back. Inhale, reach the arms away as you reach the chest forward. And then exhale, interlace the hands, press them away, just round through the upper spine. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, take the hands down, interlace them behind. Inhale, reach the hands away. Try to keep the palms together for this one. And then exhale, pressing away. One more time. Inhale, reaching up. Really reach the pinkies towards the back of the mat. Exhale. Inhale. Reach the hands away, reach the chest forward. And then exhale. Draw the navel in as you round through the upper back. Inhale, coming back to center. And just coming all the way over onto your hands and knees now, we'll get into a bit more movement. So just setting up for your downward dog, taking those hands, spreading the fingers wide. Take an inhale, and then tuck the toes. Exhale, lift the hips, downward dog. Pressing back through the hands. Lifting the hips nice and high, coming onto the toes to begin with. Press the floor away.
And then maybe trying to relax those heels down towards the floor. Inhale, rock forward to plank. And then exhale, just lower yourself all the way down. Interlace the fingers behind the body. Stretch out through the feet. Inhale. Reach the fist away, reach the forehead forward and come into locust, lifting the thighs, lifting the chest. And then exhale, coming back down, moving back into downward dog. Just finding your downward dog and take a moment or two. So we are going to do a little bit of core strengthening work throughout this class as well. Next, inhale, rocking forward to plank. We're just going to step the hands forward about 1 to 2 hand space from where they are and just hold a long plank for a breath or two here. Press the ground away. Hips should be in line with the shoulders. Make sure that's not up here. Bring it down, engage through the core, reach back through the heels. Take an inhale here and then exhale, stepping back, moving yourself back into downward dog. Taking a breath in your dog, reach the hips nice and high. And the next inhale, walk the feet forward towards the hands, bend through the knees, come into a forward fold. Just interlace the hands behind the back here. We're going to reach the fists towards the ceiling. Straightening through the right knee, bend deeply into the left leg. Take an inhale. Then as we exhale, just twisting open towards that straightened leg. So twisting open towards the right. Nice little twist, nice little hamstring stretch. Bit of a side of hip stretch as well. Exhale back to center. Then with your inhale, straightening through the left leg, bending deeply into the right, moving the body towards the left. Keep reaching the arms away. We reach feel them kind of fall towards the head. And with that exhale, just coming back to center. Release the hands down. Just taking a breath here. And then inhale, press into the feet, roll the body up nice and gently. Coming and finding your Tadasana. So press down through the feet, lift up through the arches, engage through that core, pelvic floor lift, sternum lift, shoulders move down away from the ears, reach out through the crown of the head. Take a breath here. All right, core includes the side of the body as well, so we're just gonna activate a little bit through the side here. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bending through the knees, sink the hips back, coming into chair pose. So reach out through the hands, engage slightly through the core, so you draw the navel in. Take a breath in here. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Take a breath. Shift the weight into the left foot and then extend out through the right leg. So your toe can hover above the ground, or if that's too much, just touch it on the ground here. Just starting to get those abductor muscles working. Exhale, bring it back in. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, shifting to the other side. So either hovering that toe just an inch above the ground, or you can rest the toe on the ground. Just for a breath. And then exhale, bring it back to center. Good. Inhale, coming back up, reaching all the way to the ceiling. And then exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bring the right leg back, drop the knee to the ground. Inhale, low lunge, reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, hands down. Stepping back into plank. Take an inhale. And then exhale, lowering all the way to the ground. Inhale, shoulders, elbows underneath shoulders, forearms into the ground. Take an inhale, come into Sphinx. Draw the navel in. It's as though you're pulling your body forward, your sternum forward. Reach out through the feet. And then exhale, just lowering back down, downward facing dog. Take a breath in your dog. Press down through the hands, shoulders away from the ears, broaden between the shoulder blades. Keep that breath all the way into the belly. Inhale, right foot comes forward between the hands, lower the left knee to the ground. Low lunge, reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, hands come down, step the back foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Inhale, reverse swan dive, swing the arms out nice and wide as you reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, other side now. Stretch out through the fingers. Exhale, folding forward. Hands to shins. Halfway lift, reach out through the crown. Exhale with your fold and step the left foot back, back knee to the ground. Inhale, low lunge. Getting into that hip flexor a little here. Exhale, bring the hands to the ground. Stepping into plank. Take an inhale here. You can come to the knees or stay on the toes as you lower the body to the ground. Inhale, come into Sphinx one more. And this time we're just gonna add a little Sphinx roll up. So take a nice deep inhale here. And with the exhale, draw the rib cage in, the navel in, lift the hips, lift the thighs. Tuck the toes, press the forearms into the ground. Lift the hips, come into a forearm plank. Just for a breath or two, engage. Draw the chest and the pelvis towards each other. And then exhale, lowering down. Take an inhale back into Sphinx. And exhale, shifting your way back into downward dog. Taking a moment in downward dog. Find that position. Pressing the hands into the floor, contact points press into the mat. It's as though someone's got a rope around your hips and they're lifting it up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left foot comes forward, drop the back knee to the ground, inhale. Low lunge, reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, hands come down. Step the back foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, swing the arms out nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Folding with your exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stepping both feet back now into plank. Take an inhale here. Option to come to the ground or through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. With your next inhale, lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Plant that foot towards, in between the hands. Rotate the back foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, plank, chaturanga, upward dog, nice deep inhale, downward dog, exhale. Inhale, left leg floats up. Plant the left foot between the hands, rotate the back foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down, plank, chaturanga. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Just taking a breath or two in your downward dog. Find that cadence of breath. Inhale, bend the knees looking forward and stepping or hopping forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart. Just one more nice salute. Reaching up, forward with your exhale. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step or hop back into plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right, just taking a moment here. Just observing the body. Maybe there's a little bit more heat in the body now. Inhale, lift the right leg up. With the exhale, step it forward. And then plant the back heel. Inhale, coming into warrior one. So your hips should be facing forward, front knee bent, stacked over the ankle. Take an inhale here. The exhale, just lower the arms to goalposts. Inhale, reach the elbows back towards each other. Then exhale, we're going to bring the left arm over the right. Wrap the forearms around each other. Take an inhale. Exhale, twisting over towards the right. Keep that nice posture through your body. Inhale, back to center. Open the hands up. Straighten in the leg. You might like to step that back foot forward just slightly. Hands come to the hips. Take a breath in. And exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Just coming into triangle. So you might like to leave the hands on the hips. You might like to take them to the ground. Keep reaching back with the right hip, and that left hip is reaching towards the mat. If it's too much on this knee, you can take a slight micro bend into it. Taking a breath in. Have an even weight through the feet, even though we're focusing on that front hamstring. Sternum reaching towards the toes. Then with the next inhale, we're going to bend into the front knee and then just take the left knee to the ground. Easy low lunge. And then straighten out through that front leg. So you can come to kneeling. This might be enough for you. Flex the toes coming into half split. You might like to hinge forward from the hips too and take the hands to the ground. And same thing, just reach that sternum forward towards the toes. Keep those hips nice and level. Just breathing into that area. Inhale, bend back into the knee. Step into plank. Exhale. Chaturanga. Upward dog, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath, downward dog. Reach out through the hands. Press the floor away, up through the hips. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Step it forward between the hands with the exhale. Plant the right foot. Inhale, warrior one. Same thing. Draw the front rib cage in. We tend to try to get a little lower and compromise the back. Keep the body nice and straight. Exhale, bring the arms out to goalposts. Inhale, right elbow over left this time. Wrap those forearms around each other. Lift through the elbows, drop the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, twisting over towards the left now. Just take a breath here. Inhale, back to center. Opening the arms. Straightening the leg with the exhale. Maybe adjusting that stance once more. Inhale, engage and lift through that front leg. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Coming into the other side. Keep those hips nice and even. Maybe bringing the hands to the floor. And then just use that breath. Press into the tripod of the front foot. Press into the tripod of the back foot. Even up the hips. Creating length. Creating space. Inhale, bend into that front knee. And then take the right knee to the ground. Straightening through the left leg. Coming back into the half split. Taking your option here. So you exhale, maybe hinging forward from the hips, maybe not. Just check in with your body, what feels good for you. Trying to release tension, not create it. Inhale, bend into the front knee, plant the hands, plank, chaturanga with your exhale. Inhale, don't rush the upward dog, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, downward dog. Just taking a breath here. Find that dog, take a moment. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Plant that foot between the hands, rotate the back foot to 90 degrees. Warrior two. Just gonna swap sides so they can see everybody, figuratively. All right, so here we're just gonna straighten through the front knee for a minute. Take your left hand to your hip and just press into that muscle and feel it kick back and kind of activate. So often we don't activate these muscles in warrior poses. Keep that activation, bend into the front knee. You might not get as low as you just did. Inhale, warrior two. Just feeling that strength, feeling that activation. Remember that breath. Reach out through both arms. Exhale, forearm to thigh. Take the left arm alongside the left ear. So if you like to go a little lower, you can take the hand to the ground, or you might even like to come into a bind. Just taking the option here. Find that breath. Keep lifting through the hips, don't drop into the hips. Exhale, releasing the hands or planting them on the ground. Plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Just taking a breath in your downward dog, so just a little bit of core work here. Inhale, rocking forward to plank. Gonna roll over to the right side. Step the left foot halfway up the mat. That's kind of like a brace. If this is too much, you can come to your knee on the right leg. Lift up out of the hips, press the ground away. With that exhale, we're gonna lower the hips just to about an inch above the ground. Reach back with the left arm. Inhale, press up. Press the floor away. Exhale, lowering back down. Working those obliques. Inhale, lift up. Just one more. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, keep the weight in the right side of the body as you lift. And then exhale, coming back to center. Step back, downward dog. Swapping sides once more. Just observing the breath. Find that breath. Observe the cadence of the breath. Inhale, left foot floats up. Exhale, plant it between the hands. Rotate the back foot 90 degrees. Inhale, warrior two. And just like we did before, just straighten that left leg. Find that right hip. Press the finger into the hip. Feel those muscles activate. And then as you exhale, keep them activated as you bend back through that left knee. Feel the strength that comes into the pose. So the whole muscle of the core is working. We're not just passively in this pose. Exhale, front forearm to front thigh. Take the option here with your arms, whether you want to stay here or bring the hand to the floor or even take a bind. We generally have one side that's a bit better than the other, so just respect that. Keep lifting out of the hips. Don't drop into the hips, keep engaged. And then next exhalation, plant those hands. Plank on the inhale, exhale. Chaturanga. Upward dog, deep inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Just take a moment here. Inhale, rocking forward. Rolling onto the left side now. Right foot halfway up. So just find that stance. Reach up with the top hand, lift out of that base hip. Exhale, lowering down just an inch above the mat. Inhale, pressing back up, left side of the body. Exhale. Inhale, use that left foot, use that left hand. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Nice and strong. Exhale, back through center. Downward dog. Take a breath here. Observing the heat, observing the breath. Inhale, stepping or hopping the feet forward to the front of the mat. Folding just for a breath or two. Maybe grabbing the elbows. Let the head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Reaching up. And exhale, hands to heart. Relax the hands, find your Tadasana. So we're just going to come into a little balancing pose called Dancer. So just find the tripod of the feet. Take an inhale. I'm going to shift the weight into the right foot. And then lift the left leg up. Catch it in your hand. Draw the knees together. Press forward through that left hip. Reaching up with the right hand. This might be enough. If you like, you can stay here. If you want to take it a little further, you can hinge forward from the hips. Press the back foot into the back of the hand. Keep the thighs drawing together. Coming into Dancer. Inhale, straightening back up and releasing with the exhale. Other side. Shifting into the left foot. Catch the right foot in the hand. Standing up, nice and tall, inhale. Exhale, option to tip forward from the hips. Press that right foot into the right hand. Find that breath. Inhale, straightening back up. Releasing with the exhale. Find your Tadasana. Inhaling here. With the exhale, big step back with the right foot. And turning the feet so they're parallel. It's a nice wide-legged stance. Slightly pigeon toe the feet. Take an inhale here. Engage, lift up out of those legs, out of that pelvic floor. And then exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Nice and long through both sides of the body. You can take the hands to the floor. Just let gravity draw you down and forward. Front of the body stays long. So if you find you're curling through it, tends to mean you're curling through the lower back as well. So maybe just come up to halfway. Let that head draw down towards the ground. With the inhale, come up into that halfway lift if not there already. And then I'm going to walk the hands all the way around to the front of the mat, to the inside of the left foot. Lower that back knee to the ground. Coming into lizard, so you may need to adjust the foot, the angle of the foot. You can point it towards the corner of the mat. Just find what's comfortable for you. Take a breath here. Maybe with the exhale, option to lower down onto the elbows. Breathing into that right hip flexor. It's a strong hip opener. Trying to expand through that tension and release it. If you want to take it a little further, you can reach back with the left hand and grab the right foot. If this is too much, don't worry about it. Just working with your breath, working with your body. The exhale, release that foot if you've got it. Come back up to your hands and your hands. We're going to come into half split once more. So just straightening out through that leg. You might like to come up to kneeling or bring the hands to the ground. So we do have an escalation. If you'd like to come into full split pose, you are most welcome. If taking this option, just use that exhale, slide that left leg out in front of you. Try to stay a little tall through the body. Try to keep your hips nice and even. Use that breath. Then with the next exhale, plant the hands, draw that foot back, and come into downward dog. Just move a little gently with awareness. Maybe just observe the body for a moment. Just observe if you're feeling anything through your legs, through your hips. Next inhale, we're going to step the right foot forward. And then walk around into a semicircle, adjusting the feet, coming into wide-legged forward fold on the other side. Just drawing, letting the body draw down towards the ground. Stay nice and long through both sides of the body. Shift the weight slightly into the balls of the toes. Inhale, coming back up to halfway, walk around, big semicircle to the front of your mat. Have the hands to the inside of the feet, and then just adjust your foot as you need, whether you're turning the toes out or keeping it straight. And then find your version of lizard. If it's available to you, come to the elbows. If not, maybe just press into the hands, reach out through the sternum. You might like to take the option to catch the back foot. And just like most things, we look for symmetry in the body, but we don't often have it. So don't expect one side to do exactly the same as the other. It totally depends on what's been going on that day or how you're feeling. So try not to be too ambitious if you're not ready. Releasing that foot with the exhale, finding your way to the hands. Straightening through that front leg, coming back into that half split. If your hands are on the ground, lengthen out through the body. Reach the sternum towards the toes. With the exhale, option to come into full split version. Keep the hips nice and even. Reach up nice and tall. Let the breath soften the pose. Inhale, expand through the pose. Relax with the exhale. And then with your next exhale, plant those hands. Draw that foot back. Whew. And downward dog. And then just take a moment or two in your downward dog. Reach out nice and tall. Press those hands into the ground, shoulders away from the ears. Draw the shoulder blades into the back, keep them nice and broad. Inhale, rocking forward to plank, and then lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Just rest the head on the hands. Take a moment. Breathe into the back. With the exhale, just feel the back muscles soften. I'm going to come into a pose called bow now. So we will do it twice. So if you can't catch both feet at the same time, you're welcome just to do one side at a time. So just check in with yourself. Check in with what you need right now. If you can reach both feet, we're going to catch the feet in the hands. Take an inhale here. Just soften with the exhale. Then with that next inhale, keep the knees drawing together. Press the feet into the hands. Start to lift the chest, lift the thighs. Don't move too strongly just yet. This moves the spine in a different position, so just move gently. Releasing down, exhale. Relax the head onto the hands, take a breath. And then one more time. If you only did one side just now, just grabbing the other foot. And then inhale, press into the feet, into the hands, lifting through that sternum. Keep the thighs drawing together. Keep the thighs lifting. And then exhale, lowering back down. Take a breath here. Feel those muscles around the back just relaxing. And then pushing your way back through tabletop, take the knees nice and wide and sink your hips down into a wide-legged child's pose. And just take a moment or two to rest here, enjoying this well-deserved rest. Give your body a moment just to process all the movement that you gave it. Feel that abdomen expanding against the thighs. Breathe into the lower back. Just give it a chance to all recover. And then with your next inhale, make your way back up onto your hands and knees, come all the way over into a seated position. So we're just going to take the left foot forward to begin with. So two options here. You can leave the foot on the ground if you have the space available. Just engage slightly through the right leg and place the left ankle on the right thigh. If you're a little bit tight through that, opposite to what I'm saying. If you find you're a little tight through that left thigh, sometimes resting that weight, that can be slightly uncomfortable, but if you just engage it, it's kind of like a support. So take an inhale here, lift up nice and tall, and then exhale, just hinge forward from the hips, coming into a forward fold. You might like to keep the hands resting on the legs or take them to the floor. If you have the space, you can reach forward to the foot. And wherever you're at, just allow the body to soften, allow that head to hang forward. Take a few breaths here. Letting gravity draw you down a little further. Then with your inhale, coming back up, we're going to place the hands behind us and then draw that base leg in. Draw that bottom leg in and come into a seated pigeon. If this is too uncomfortable, you can lie down on your back and do supine pigeon that way. If you're seated, press into the hands, lift the sternum, maybe shuffling the hips forward a little closer to that base foot. Take a breath into that piriformis, into that stretch there. And then with the exhale, shuffle those hips back slightly. Straighten out through that base leg and plant the right foot outside the left knee. Or if you like, you can draw that bottom leg in next to the hip. Just make sure both your sit bones are seated well on the ground. If you find you're rocking to one side, just straighten that bottom leg. Inhale, lifting up out of the left arm. And then exhale, twisting over towards the right. Option to draw that base leg in towards the chest, or you can rest the elbow. Lengthen up, elongate the spine. With that exhale, use the obliques to twist the body around. So trying not to use the arms to move the body. Use that core strength, those core muscles to create that twist from the thoracic spine. Inhale back to center. And then just changing legs. So we're going to lengthen out through the right leg now, and then take your option with your left foot. Take an inhale here, and then with the exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Resting your hands where they fall, letting your body drape forward over the legs. Still want to keep length through the back of the body here. So when you feel that lower back start to round, that's just the point that you should stop. There's no prizes for getting any deeper. Just let the head draw down. Forward folds are very calming for the mind. Also quite beneficial for the circulatory system. Help that parasympathetic nervous system activate. And inhale, coming back up. Plant the hands behind you. Draw the base leg in. Coming into that seated pigeon pose. Adjusting the hips as you need, maybe walking the hands closer. Press away, press the floor away, lift the sternum. Breathe into that hip. And then with the exhale, adjusting the hips, and then just straightening out through that base leg. Plant the left foot, and then take your option if you want to leave the leg straight or draw it in. Nice and tall, reaching up with the right arm, and exhale, twisting over to the left this time. Reach the left hand behind you. Just use that as a little bit of a prop to lengthen up through the spine. So the spine's nice and straight through your twist. Using the exhale to twist a little deeper. Then inhale, coming back to center. Uncrossing the legs, and we're going to come down all the way onto our backs. So you can just roll down onto the back. Just hug the legs into the chest for a moment, maybe giving a rock from side to side. A little massage on the back there. Plant the feet. So they should be quite close to the hips, about hips distance apart. Should be almost able to touch your heels. Hook those shoulder blades down underneath the back. Take an inhale here. Feel that exhale soften. And then inhale, press into the feet, lift the glutes, roll the vertebrae up one at a time, coming into bridge. So squeeze through the glutes, press through the feet, keep the thighs drawing together. Reach up, press through the upper arms if you like. Reach that sternum up, reach your chin away from the chest. Take a breath here. And then with the exhale, rolling that body back down, just decline it. Sorry if that came through just now. Always guaranteed to happen. Are we still rolling? Yeah. Great. One more bridge. Press into the feet, rolling up. Lifting up through that sternum. You might like to interlace the hands and press them into the floor. Maybe walk the shoulder blades just a little closer together. Squeezing through the glutes, lifting through the glutes. And then exhale, release those arms. Roll the body back down. Just taking a breath here. Just going to come into one last pose before we rest. So option to come into half shoulder stand. If you don't want to do half shoulder stand, you can put your legs up against a wall or even just rest your hips on your hands and extend the legs towards the ceiling. If you'd like to come into half shoulder stand, just tuck the knees in towards the forehead and place the hands on the hips or lower back, and then rock the hips into the hands so the hands are like a ledge, and extend those feet towards the ceiling. So they don't have to be right up, they're more at like a 45-degree angle. Just like with bridge, lift the sternum, move the chin away from the chest. Keep the gaze towards the ceiling. You don't want to look side to side during inversions like this. You can come down at any time. If you'd like to stay here, just let that venous return happen. Let the blood flow from the feet towards the heart. Inversions help to place pressure on those hormonal glands that are often really hyped up, so it's good to calm them down and let them release some of those nicer hormones like melatonin and things like that, rather than the stress response we're so adapted to in this day and age. Just taking a couple more breaths here. And then with your next exhale, draw those knees back towards the forehead. Roll that spine down. And we're going to lengthen out. Come into Shavasana. So if you feel like you need to do anything else right now, please feel free. Otherwise, let the feet lengthen out, corners of the feet roll out to the sides of the mat. Walk those shoulder blades down underneath the back. Maybe take a nice deep inhale here. Sigh out the exhale. And then just let the body go, let it rest. Give that parasympathetic nervous system a chance to kick in. Let it process all that movement. Some of those poses really start to open up areas that might have been suppressing or holding blocks for quite some time. So just let that breath go, let the eyes close, let the body grow heavy, the head press into the mat. Relax the forehead, the eyebrows, the cheeks, the jaw. Heavy shoulders, arms melting into the floor. Breathing soft, abdomen soft. Relaxation flowing down the back, reaching the hips as they press heavy into the mat. Legs relaxing, knees soften, calves relax, ankles and the feet relax. As the whole body grows heavy against the floor, melting into the mat. Finally letting your mind rest, or letting it go, just release or control. Give yourself a moment. When you're ready, start to bring some awareness back into your body. Maybe through the feet, through the hands. Maybe the head moves from side to side. You take a big stretch out through the arms. Draw the knees in towards the chest. And rolling out to the right side into your recovery position. And coming up to seated when you feel ready. And just keep the eyes softly closed. We'll just finish with a few moments of Kirtan meditation. So the mantra we're going to use is Om Hari Om. Just let that mantra wash over your mind. And take
take it into your heart. Your turn. Just letting that sound, vibration wash over your mind. And just check in with your body, with your mind. See how you're feeling now to how you felt when you started. Hands to heart center and bowing the head. Namaste. Thank you.